Sweet in the mix.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our UK National Business Webinar. My name is Laurel Burnage, and my background is in business and education. I'm extremely excited to be on the call today. I hope you're all doing well. I would encourage you guys to get some notepad and pens, take some notes. The structure of today's call will be a short business overview, followed by a quick start training. Now, I'm extremely excited to call on the speaker for today. He is someone that has a huge distribution, not only in the UK, but also internationally. He has had massive success within business, but more importantly, he's helped many people have success as well. He is someone that currently holds the position of a senior vice president and Circle of Champions member. So without further ado, I'd like us to welcome to the call Senior Vice President, Mr. Ahmed Mukhtar.
Laurel, thank you so much for the kind introduction. Highly appreciated. Ladies and gents, welcome to our UK national call. Just to introduce ourselves, because we can get to know each other over the time that I'm going to be on tonight's webinar. I'm Ahmed Mukhtar here. Nothing special to say the least. And I came and took a look at the same information you're about to see 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I found myself working as a manager in Marks and Spencer's. And back then at the time, I was really looking for a change in my life. But the biggest problem I had was, I didn't know what to do. And I didn't know how to go about doing things. When you take a look at one of the main reasons as to why people aren't economically successful is because number one, they don't know what to do. And number two, they don't know how to do it. Now, imagine if there was a way that you can have an online business that you can work from the comfort of your home. Imagine if there was a way that you can work within the system that we have in place through these webinars that we have right now, being quarantined at home, and being able to learn new skills. Imagine being able to now accelerate that business through the support system that we have via this platform of Zoom in the current situation that you're in. Being able to make some additional income, even potentially change that additional income to a lifelong career like I've done with this opportunity. You see, over the last 6 years, I started ACN 7 years ago. And over the last 6 years, this opportunity, ACN, has given my time back to me. It's allowed me to build a business that generates residual income, which is monthly reoccurring income. And because now I'm able to generate residual income, which pays me month after month, year after year, and I don't have to devote some quality time to my job, I was able to fulfill things that I couldn't even dream to fulfill before. Passions like traveling the world, things like spending more time with my family, things such as, helping other people. And this business has allowed me to do it. Today, I'm a senior vice president, and I've been involved in this company 7 years, and it's completely transformed my life around. So one thing I would just encourage you to do is just take some notes. I know we showed a very, very brief overview video, and that just kind of spoke a bit about who we are as a company, but I'm going to be diving into that and speaking about it in much more clarity and detail. Before I do kick off, I just really hope and pray that everyone's safe, everyone's safe and you're at good spirits. And I hope this Zoom call finds you, in that manner. So let's get started. The company is called ACN. ACN's currently a company that's 27 years old. It was founded in 1993. Today, giving it not only a 27-year proven track record, going on 28 years, but today they are profiled and featured in many, many third-party magazines. They've had huge success over the last 27 years, being in 27 different countries and growing. As I mentioned, their success was profiled in the Wall Street Journal, Inc. magazine, USA Today, US Business Review, and the list goes on and on and on. Over the last 5 years, ACN has done 4 billion in sales, and they continue to grow. Now, here's what that tells you. That tells you that you're taking a look at a company that's thriving, a company that's growing, and most importantly, a company that's not slowing down. Now, when you get involved in ACN, let's say you decide to partner up with us and you decide to get involved in this opportunity, ACN is going to give you an online platform, an online business that you can now market everyday essential services that people need and use. But Ahmed, what is essential services? I want you to think about things that you need and use and people need and use every single day. So let me give you an example. This is our menu of services: gas and electricity, broadband, TV and phone, mobile phone services, home security and business security, and merchant services. That's our service portfolio. So let me give you an example. When it comes to every single service that we market, we have a partner. So when it comes to gas and electricity, we are in direct partnership with Blue Green Energy, which is a company owned by ACN. Now, Blue Green Energy uses 100% renewable energy, very competitive on the market. And here's one thing I know. For example, I'm at home, and here's one thing I know, that you cannot look at my lights and say, man, you must be with British Gas. Can we all agree? Gas and electricity is the same no matter where you go. Your gas ain't going to smell like lavender just because you're with E.ON or you're with EDF, and it's not going to vary no matter what provider you're with. It's exactly like petrol and diesel. No matter where you go, the only difference is the provider that you're getting it from, and the second thing is the price. So here's one thing we provide. We provide a very competitive service with Blue Green Energy. Now, we also do broadband, TV, and phone with Virgin Media. They don't need no introduction, one of the fastest fiber optic broadband providers in the UK today. Now, we do mobile phone SIM services as well. Now, we do it with EE, the largest mobile phone operator in the UK. We also have our own brand, which is called Joy Mobile. Now, what makes Joy Mobile unique is when we came into this arena, we decided to stand out from the crowd and do something that no one else does. And that's called Strive for 5, which means if you acquire 5 Joy Mobile customers, your monthly line rental is free. Imagine just referring 5 other Joy Mobile services to customers and having a monthly line rental for free. Who do you know today that has a free mobile line rental? Now, more than that, we also do home security and business security with our partner, Verisure Smart Alarms. And right now, we're on the verge of launching merchant services with the largest merchant provider in the world, in fact, which is called First Data. Now, here's what merchant services is. The device that you enter your card in whenever you're about to do a transaction in a business that you walk into, right? It's simply as that. So what that means, you can now operate and do business with any business you know, and every single month that they pay for that merchant service, which they're gonna pay for anyway, you're able to monetize from that. Now, it just doesn't stop there because those are just our UK services. Remember, I mentioned we're in business in 27 countries around the world. Well, let me just show you in Europe, the menu of services we have. We've got services in Spain, in France, in Portugal, in Netherlands. The list goes on and on and on. And I'm sure we are all familiar with these large companies. Now, why does these large companies want to partner up with ACN? Why does EE want to do business with ACN so we can sell their service? Can we all agree that EE is not going to allow ACN to sell their services if we aren't doing something right? Why is Virgin Media going to do the same thing? I'll tell you why. It's because of our winning business model. You see, we don't advertise. In fact, we save these companies money on their advertisement. We have a large distribution channel. In fact, we got thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are involved with ACN, and we go direct to the customer through relationship and referral marketing. You see, ladies and gents, traditional companies until today, they use advertising to attract new customers and to maintain the ones that they already have. We don't do that. You know, we do referral marketing. We go by word of mouth. Let me give you an example. When was that time that someone recommended maybe a movie to you? You went to go watch that movie. Think about it as a referral. Someone recommends a restaurant to you, you go do it. It's a referral. Someone tells you to watch a video on YouTube, it's a referral. Well, now if you refer people to the everyday essential services that they use, guess what? You can now make money from this. You see, ladies and gents, in 2013, when someone showed me ACN and they spoke about, you know, this part of the presentation, the first thing that came on my mind is, man, having a business partnered up with all these large companies, I can't afford it. You know, I said, look, I cannot afford to be in partnership with EE and Virgin Media and all these companies. Until they told me to get involved in ACN is £479. You know, you get a free 7-day trial period when you get involved in ACN. So they said you don't even have to pay the $479 right out the gate. You know, you can pay it after 7 days on your 8th day. Now, with this, it allows you to become an independent business owner with ACN. They give you your very own online storefront. They host your website for you. They update it for you. They maintain it for you. Right now, for those of you that are business owners, you know that you might have a website, you know the frustration of going to someone for the hosting and the updating. You launch a new product, you got to pay someone to update it for you. Well, guess what? We're in ACN. You don't have to pay nothing after your £479 for the hosting of your website. They take care of everything for you. If, let's say, one of our providers, let's just say Virgin Media, they launch a new service tomorrow, is instantly available on your website at that very same minute. ACN provides this for you. They give you full tracking of your business through a back office that they're going to provide you. Full customer care, full support system is provided when you get involved in ACN, and it's only £479 with a 7-day free trial period. You see, ladies and gents, I know people right now that will pay hundreds of thousands to be in partnership with Virgin Media, to be able to sell on behalf of EE. Merchant services make money from it. You see, can we agree people spend tens of thousands on a business like this? But in ACN, it's £479 and you get all the above. Now, the beauty is that you can do your business from any device that connects to an internet, your mobile phone, your laptop. I've been able, in the last 7 years, to build my business completely mobile. You know, I've been able to build it from home, to build it, you know, anywhere I travel through my mobile device and my laptop. So let me speak to you about how we make money in ACN. You see, ladies and gents, in ACN, we make money in 4 different ways. The first way we make money is called personal customer bonuses. ACN, ladies and gents, they pay you bonuses every time that you go and acquire customers. So let me give you an example. You start ACN. You go out there, you acquire 3 services. Now remember, one customer can use multiple services in their household. They might have gas and electricity. They might have broadband, TV and phone. You know, they might have, internet. They might have all these services. So one customer can use multiple services. Well, guess what? As soon as you acquire 3 services, this will pay you a bonus of £75 straight away if you do it within your first 37 days. It doesn't stop there. ACN now tells you just get 2 more services, which is 5 in total. They will pay you a £125 additional bonus, which makes it £200. But it does not stop there. They now tell you every single time that you acquire 5 services, there's no limit to the amount that you can acquire. They pay you a bonus of £200. Now, we've got some people on tonight's line that has acquired hundreds and hundreds of customers. But let's just imagine every time you went out there, right, and you acquired some services, from your home right now, and you spoke to your friends and family and people and they became your customer. Imagine every time you hit 5 services, imagine being able to make a bonus of £200. But later on, I'm going to speak about how you can make more than that £200 through the other customer bonuses that we have in place. So that's the first way we make money. They pay you for acquiring customers. Now let's speak about the second way. The second way we now make money is called personal residual income. You see, before ACN, the only thing residual was my bills. But I didn't understand what residual even meant. Residual means ongoing. Every time a transaction reoccurs, month after month, year after year, imagine being able to make money from that. So let me give you an example. Your friends, family, people you know that become your customer, every single month they now pay their bills. You now are able to make up to 10% off of the commissionable revenue of that customer. That customer generates a revenue. Every single month, you're able to earn up to 10% off of that customer's revenue. Just think about that. You know, we know everyone's going to pay their bills residually. They've got to continue paying it residually. I've met people in my time that said, I paid off my car, I paid off my home, but I am yet to meet someone that has told me I paid off my mobile phone for the rest of my life. I paid for my energy for the rest of my life. Can we agree? People are going to continue paying for these services. And as they do, you're able to benefit from a 10%, up to 10% personal residual income. Let's speak about now the second way, the third way that now we earn income. It's called overriding residual income. Now, ACN not only pays you on your customers, but now you can build a distribution of other people that also market these services. Let me give you an example. Let's imagine you introduced 2 people to ACN. These 2 people, they came on a webinar just like this and they said to you, you know what, this makes sense. And they decided to get involved. Guess what? Now, when they get customers, right, and anyone they introduce that get customers, and as your team grows, and no matter how many people that can join your team, you're able to now earn up to 8% off of every customer that's acquired in your distribution channel. You see, one thing I can tell you, ladies and gents, that I believe that it's not really just about the product, but it's about the system and the distribution channel you have. Let me give you guys an example. McDonald's every day, 68 million people eat McDonald's every day. Now, the owners of McDonald's and the CEOs, etc., they make money on 33,500 McDonald's distributed around the world. And what do they sell? Burgers. Now, imagine if you had a distribution channel, there's no limit to the amount of people that can be in your network. Imagine every month that someone pays their bills, imagine being able to get paid on as many customers as your distribution acquires. It's just phenomenal to say the least. You see, over the last 7 years, we've built a team that's acquired tens and tens and tens of thousands of customers that I'm able to earn residual income on month after month, year after year. But so is every single person in our team. Now, you look, imagine you built a team of 10 people, 20 people, 30 people. Eventually, your team grew to 50 people. Every time a customer is acquired in your distribution channel, imagine being able to earn money from it. That is the third way we make money. Now, it doesn't stop there. ACN now also pays you something called customer acquisition bonuses of up to £280 anytime someone joins your team and they get their first 3 customers. Just think about this, what I'm saying. They pay you for getting customers. They pay you residual income every month that those customers pay their bills. Now they pay you residual income off of your team's customers' bills as well. They also now pay you an additional income of up to £280 anytime someone joins your team and they get their first 3 to 4 services. Just think about it. Phenomenal. 4 different ways we make money. Now, this £280, it depends on the position of the compensation plan that you're able to achieve. When you start out in ACN, you're an independent business owner. Your goal is to become a customer qualified IBO, get promoted to executive team leader, get promoted to the position of regional director. Then we have regional vice president, and then we have senior vice president, which is the highest position in the company. Now, ladies and gents, I want you to hear from, a few phenomenal individuals that we've invited on tonight's line. And, every single one of these people were just like you. And I want them to come and briefly share a bit about their backgrounds and their stories. And I think it will be very inspiring for most of you. So the first person that I want to introduce on tonight's call, again, she's an absolute phenomenal individual. Worked in the NHS, one of our NHS heroes right now, 20 years in the NHS. And I believe that I wish we can give her all a round of applause, but we're all muted for the purpose of being able to hear one another. But I'm sure you would, give her a round of applause in your own time and silence. But look, she's a phenomenal individual. And I want to welcome on the call Executive Team Leader, Tina Tijani. Tina, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Ahmed, for giving me the opportunity to share my story. My name is Tina Tijani. I'm an executive team leader. My background is in IT, but I never got to work in that field. So I ended up working with the NHS. And now it got to a point that I was looking for alternative ways of making money. A friend of mine gave me a call and said there was a business opportunity. I came to see the same presentation you are seeing today. I like the concept of residual income. So I got excited and started straight away. And I can tell you that I have in my team over hundreds of customers in my team at the moment. And I'm so excited about where I am. And I owe all this to the ACN system and the leadership of ACN. I can tell you one thing, that this is a simple business with the right mindset. Thank you, Ahmed. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Tina. Really appreciate you and your time. Now, the next individual I want you to hear from, he's at the rank of regional director. Again, he started just like everyone else, done phenomenal things. Today he has a team, not only here in Europe, but also across South America as well. And that's Mr. Kevin Galvez. Kevin, over to you.
Brilliant. Hey everyone, hope everyone's well. My name is Kevin Galvez. Prior to ACN, my background's in sales. I also went into a bit of property as well in the letting side. And for me, after leaving university, I was looking for another, plan B, an alternative. And ACN came to me in 2014 at the most ideal time, just like for most of you today on the call. And for me, what attracted me was a simple business, a concept that's been around for over 25 years in business. So for me, what attracted me was the credibility, a way of earning money from home like we are all today. And that's what excited me. Prior to ACN, I was always found myself, struggling to find jobs due to my lack of, work experience. But ACN was just the perfect plan B, which now turned into my plan A and replaced my full-time income. And today I'm very fortunate. We have customers all over Latin America, Europe, UK, Spain, countries I've never even been to, just like Sweden. And I'm really excited. And I owe it all thanks to the ACN system.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate your time. The third person that I want you to hear from, he's at the position of regional vice president. This individual is just an absolute, incredible human being, and he's done phenomenally well in ACN. Today, he's got tens of thousands of customers, in fact, in his business, and that's regional vice president, Mr. John McDougall. John, over to you.
Thank you, Ahmed, and good evening, everyone. It's over 21 years ago that a friend of mine phoned me to ask me to look at ACN. And even though I've had some huge financial challenges in my life, if we go back 21 years, actually money wasn't such a great issue for me at that time. So I already had a successful restaurant business, and in truth, it was produced me a very good income. But unfortunately, there was a price to be paid. You see, I found myself working 10, 12, 14-hour days, often 7 days a week. Actually hadn't had a holiday more than 2 years when my friend phoned me to ask me to look at ACN. But what I recognize in ACN, and what Ahmed's done such a great job in sharing with you this evening, I recognize that ACN offers us a smarter way for us to be earning our income, a way that we can have an even greater income than we're currently earning, but not be the issue in the creation of that income and have the lifestyle that runs at the same time. And ACN's truly enabled me to do that. I've gone from the guy that 21 years ago wasn't taking holidays to somebody now that has a second home in Thailand. I'm typically out there 2 to 3 months of the year. I was out there for the whole of December. I was due to be out there for the whole of April, but unfortunately we all know what happened during that period of time. The point is, I can do this, but so can you as well, because of the residual income that's available through ACN. Thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you so much, John. Really appreciate your leadership. What a phenomenal individual John is. Now, ladies and gents, you're wondering, well, how do I get started? The thing is that you want to get back with the person that put you on this webinar today. They'll show you how to enroll as an IBO. They'll show you the system that we have in place. We have these webinars every single day, well, Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. And on Saturdays, we have our Super Saturday Zoom webinar, which I'm going to be sharing with you shortly. So there's a whole system in place to help you get started. So speaking about getting started, let's just elaborate on it a bit further. You see, we have something called a 120-day game plan in place, which is designed to put people in a position that not only they've earned a very good income with ACN, but in a position that they're really set up for success. You see, I'm going to speak about 3 different standpoints. The first standpoint I'm going to timestamp that I'm going to speak from is a 37-day window. The second time frame I'm going to speak about is your first 90 days. Then I'm going to speak about your first 120 days and give you and kind of summarize a game plan which is in place. So here's how it works. Don't forget, we have customer bonuses, which is designed that you make money. Now, I spoke about earlier on, every time you get 5 services, this pays a £200 bonus. I've spoken about that. Now, it doesn't even stop there, because we also have other bonuses for our services as well. So let me give you an example. If you get 3 Virgin Media customers, this will pay you a bonus of £325. Now, if you just get 2 more, remember, you get the £200 bonus as well. Same thing with Blue Green Energy. If you get 4 gas and electricity customers, this pays you a £200 bonus. Joy Mobile, EE, Verisure, every customer you get £150, and every single time you hit 5, you also make an additional £200 as well. So let's speak about, what do you want to do in your first 37 days? Well, it's simple. Get your first 5 services. And remember why I said one customer can use multiple services. So as soon as you get 5 services, ASIN will pay you a bonus of £200 for doing this. So here's what they now tell you. Introduce 2 people to the business, help these 2 people achieve their first position of customer qualified IBO. As soon as this person becomes customer qualified IBO and they get a few services, and you do this in your first 37 days, that's a £450 bonus you made right out the gate. So let's just recap. I came into ACN, I'm new. I went out there, got 5 services, £200. I introduced 2 people, helped them get their first few services and help them become customer qualified. ASIN pays me an additional £250, which makes it £450 in my first 37 days. So let's speak about the first 90 days. What do you want to do in your first 90 days? Now that you've made 450 in ACN, here's what ACN now tells you. The 2 people that you've introduced, help them find their 2 people. Now remember, let's just say you introduce Ahmed, and let's just imagine next person you introduce is John, right? John introduces 2 people out of his own network. I now introduce 2 people out of my own network. Well, guess what? As soon as we do this and we get our first few services, ASIN pays you an additional bonus of £750. We call it the Business Builder Bonus. If you add that to your initial 450, that's £1,200 that you can earn right out the gate in your first 90 days. But it doesn't stop there, because we also have a position called the Regional Director, which means between you and your entire business team and your business partners, you acquire a total of 200 to 300 customers. As soon as you do this, 200 to 300 services, doesn't matter how many customers you do this from. As soon as you do this, ASIN will pay you an additional bonus of £7,500. If you add that to your initial bonuses you've earned, that's £8,700 plus for becoming a regional director in your first 120 days. So ladies and gents, we've had that game plan in place. We've had many people that has achieved this bonus. So it really is a great incentive to really pay those who go out with a fast start. Now, when you become a regional director, it doesn't stop there, because now anytime someone joins your business and they get their first 3 services, no matter where they get involved in your organization, you can now make a bonus of £160 every time this happens. Let me give you an example. I'm a regional director. I've got a large distribution now, or even I've got 10 or 20, 30 people in my business. Do we all agree that those people, they would want to now grow their own organization as well? Well, guess what? As they grow their teams, let's imagine a total of 15 people join your network. As 15 people join your business, they get their first 3 services. ASIN pays you every time £160 bonus. That's £2,400. Well, what if more people did it? If 25 people did it, it's 4,000. If more people did it and 50 people did it, that's actually £8,000 you can earn as a regional director. And there's no limit to the amount of times that this can repeat month after month, year after year. Every time it happens in your business, you've got CAB bonuses that are going to be paid to you as a regional director. So it's a phenomenal plan, to say the least. So in summary, I want to speak about, well, how do I build a team? How do you build a team of other independent business owners to get involved in ACN? Well, first you have to understand that we have a system in place, and it's a system that's designed that you don't have to do the presentation. So what you need to do is when you get involved in ACN, you become an independent business owner, become your first, get your first few services. So be your own customer. Now, as soon as you do this, here's what you now do. All you now have to do is now make a list of other people that you see that might want to make more money. So let's imagine you now make a list of people and you now invite them to come on our webinars. You invite them to come on the webinars, we will do the presentation. You don't need to explain the business to them and tell them how to do the business. 2 things are going to happen. They're going to either want to become your customer or they're going to want to join you as business partners. Either way, all you have to do is give them an invite and let us do the presentation, and we cycle that system and we just repeat it. So what do you now say to people to get them to come take a look at the next webinar? Very, very simple. You see, we've been using this and it's really, really, it has been working phenomenally. And it's a concept where we say, if I would you. So first thing you want to do is check up on them. How are you? How's everything going? I hope you're well. Hope family's good. Hey, listen, just a quick one. If I sent you a link to a webinar, right, showing you how you can start an online business from home, make more money, potentially change your life financially, would you take a look at it? If I would you. Can we all agree right now, people are looking more than ever other ways of making money. People are open-minded. There were people, where I live, that before didn't want nothing to do with ACN. Because they didn't have time. They were working in their jobs and they were completely busy. But today that conversation is completely different. I have a neighbor of mine that came to me and said, hey, listen, I want to find out more about what it is that you're doing, how you're able to work from home. That is the value of what we have today. So all you now have to do is make a list, give them an invite, let us do the presentation. Hey, listen, if I send you a link to a webinar, right, tomorrow at 7 p.m., showing you how you can start an online business from home, make some more money and potentially change your life, would you just take a look? If I would you. Now, if they ask you questions, what is it? What is it about? What do you do? Here's what you now say. Listen, I was just introduced to it myself. I'd rather not try to explain it, but you really need to come and see it for yourself. Just trust me. Just come and take a look. It will only take half an hour of your time. Now, ladies and gents, tomorrow's webinar, we have a great lineup of speakers that are delivering these webinars. You don't want to miss it. Tomorrow we have Senior Vice President, Mr. Asad Ali. Again, he's someone who's at the highest rank in our company, chartered accountant prior to getting involved in a business. And today being a Senior Vice President. And he's going to be sharing this information with you. So I would encourage you to get your people on this webinar. On Saturday, we have our ACN co-founder, Mr. Mike Coopers, who's going to be joining us for Saturday's Super Saturday training. Now, I would encourage every single one of you, do not miss our Saturday trainings. You see, ladies and gents, remember, during the weekdays, it's a high-level overview presentation. We explain the concept of ACN. On Saturday, it's a detailed, training. We go through how to acquire customers, how to build a team, what's next, how to make money. We speak about everything in detail. So I cannot stress how important this coming Saturday's webinar is. Our Super Saturday training, 2 p.m. It starts sharp on the dot. Don't miss it. The webinar link is exactly the same as the current webinar link that you're on. So ladies and gents, in summary, there's a decision to make. Number one, you want to either save money and become a customer of the person that invited you. Or number two, you still want to save money by becoming your own customer and you want to join us by becoming an independent business owner. Look, either way, whichever one that you decide, here's one thing I will close with. In this pandemic that we're going through has made us realize things that we could never even comprehend 6 to 9 weeks ago. You see, 6 to 9 weeks ago, I remember having friends that were puffing out their chest because their jobs were so phenomenal. And right now, most people realize how easy, how replaceable that their incomes could be. We've seen unemployment in the United Kingdom rise to over 1 million unemployed people. Today, never in the history of this country has there been more people, going, to the government benefit system. People need it more than ever. Why? Because their jobs were replaced because of COVID-19. And believe me when I say this ain't going to be the last time an economical crash like this happens. It happens every time. We've seen the 2008 and 2009, recession that happened. Again, we're currently going through one right now. And believe me, I'm no genius to say, but I think we can all agree that in the next 10 years, something else will happen. So don't compromise yourself and put yourself in a position that when that happens, you're thinking, man, should have, would have, could have, right? So really, ladies and gents, grab this with both hands, get in touch with the person that invited you, and they'll show you the next steps on what to do and how to get started in ACN. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining us on this webinar, and we look forward to repeating this again at 7 p.m. Stay safe for now. Bye-bye.